Hey guys, Logan here, and who would have thought we're working on building this race engine from scratch once again. Now the dividing head ended up getting carried away and actually stripped the entire thing, cleaned everything, lubed it, greased it, put it back together. It's working like new. I'm just waiting on a backing plate so I can mount a chuck to it. Then I was be able to cut the oil pump gears. So I'm going to whip the cylinder head off and we can start doing some machining on that. First thing we've got to do is find the middle of our dowel for the head bolt hole, move over to the spark plug hole, put the head on it, make sure I've got that spark plug where it's supposed to be, because I did actually reference a cast surface, which is a big no-no. I shouldn't have done that. And then I'll be able to have a 0 point for all my other machining operations. That's not going anywhere. So I just did some quick math and I turned out, so this one's only 0.02 of a mil off, which is really good. This one is 0.16 of a mil off. So yeah, I'll run the boring head through it and true that hole up. So I've just bolted down the sign plate with the correct size shim to get the right angle for the exhaust guides. And yeah, boring head's in, everything's nice and tight. Now I'm a little bit nervous because frankly, I've been avoiding doing this process for quite a while because I'm almost certain I'm going to screw something up. So at least I think I've figured out how to get the positioning right as far as getting the holes in the correct spot for the guides. So yeah, we'll just have to take it slow and fingers crossed. And there we go, that's bucket bore number 1 done, and I got bloody lucky. I thought I'd better measure it when I was just doing some roughing passes, and I actually got to pretty much the size by accident, so I got pretty lucky there, but it's a nice fit. When there's oil in there, it should be pretty good. I don't think it comes across on video how much time I spend sitting in this seat and slowly turning this knob on the middle. My God. About to start drilling the pilot hole for the valve guides, and I've got our special tool in here to stop it wandering off center, so let's get drilling. And that's through. It takes 4 tools per guide, so the pilot drill, 8mm drill, 8.9mm drill, and ream to 9mm. That's all the machining done on the exhaust side. Now I've got to flip it and do the intake side. Which means I have to find 0 once again. And just like that, we have intake bucket number 1 done. Just finished the last bucket bore. As you can see, there's a couple small bubbles of porosity, but overall very happy with that. The finish is bloody good and it fits the bucket nice and snug. So this is how I can tell it's actually a bloody good fit. The bucket will actually be held in position by the bore, but it will still move freely, so it'll move nice and smoothly once there's oil in there. There we are, straight back from the mill. That was a fair bit of drilling, reaming and boring, but I got it done. And as you can see, we have 4 bores ready for the valve guides. And yeah, in the top, the 4 bores are also ready for the valve buckets, which is cool. Now I want to go straight back to the mill and get this exhaust flange sorted. Right, so I've been at this a while, and don't judge me, but this is all I could come up with. So yeah, we've got the head bolted to the angle plate, bolted to the sign plate, bolted to the table, bolted to the bench, bolted to the floor, which needs a clean. And yeah, I think this might be rigid enough, fingers crossed. So light cuts in aluminium. Let's see how we go. So it's very important that I find the zero height here so that I don't risk drilling into the water jacket, because as you can see, it's pretty close. Back from the mill, I'm very happy with how the exhaust flange turned out. As you can see, it's not too shabby. There is a couple small bits of porosity, but that's not going to affect the sealing, and you're not even going to see them because there is going to be a bolt-on flange, which is going to be the start of the header pipe, so they're going to be covered up. Now the bores for the buckets, very happy with them as well. I actually managed to hit the dimension I was looking for on all 4 of them, so that couldn't have gone better really. Now I'm going to put the cylinder head aside because I want to work on the oil pressure relief system. In my hands is our right hand case, which we're going to modify to fit our oil pressure relief valve. So I now have all of the tools that I need to modify this hole here. So not to sound like a broken record, but I'm going to go chuck this in the mill. Everything is bolted in square and ready to go, and I thought I'd better draw myself a quick plan so I know roughly how much material to remove to get this to fit. It's going to be pretty touch and go, so fingers crossed we have enough meat in the casting. More drilling, reaming, followed by drilling and reaming. Of course, the tap was too big for the tap wrench, so a quick file should fix that. This tap made by Goering is probably the best tap that I have ever used. Amazing. If you want to support the channel, the t-shirts I'm getting made, I am ordering them in 1 week's time, so if you want one, you really need to let me know on this email, and that'd be great. So that's the crankcase side of the pressure relief valve done. Now I have just taken the O-ring off it so that you can see it does fit in there nicely, which is good. Now I need to work on the banjo part of it, so I've got a spacer here which just needs to be 1 mil bigger on the inside, and then I have used to be a push rod on a Harley Davidson, so I'm gonna cut this up, bore this, weld them together, and that should do nicely. Just flaring the end for safety. Just back from the surface plate where I cleaned up the 2 sealing surfaces so that they're nice and flat. Now it fits onto the crankcase just as it should, and it just needs a custom made banjo bolt. Now I can't finish off the oil pressure relief valve system because I don't actually know what sort of oil cooler it's going to have on it at the moment, but I do need another one of these right hand FXR oil cooler lines because this is my last one. It's in really good nick and I don't want to cut it up. If you've got one that's damaged or you don't need, I'd very much appreciate that. Very happy with the progress on the cylinder head in this video. The one thing that's left to do is the combustion chamber, which is a big one. That could be a whole video in itself. And then if you really want to see this engine running as soon as possible, then the best thing that you could do is tell everyone you know, share it around, because essentially the better the channel does, the more time I'll be able to put into this project and the quicker it'll get done. And if you want to see more videos like this, I'll put a link to the series up here. And on that note, this has been Logan from the Motorcycle Forge. I hope you enjoyed. Now, I'll catch you next time.